This piece of update is going to be game-changing for Mason Greenwood, and it can have a huge impact on the rest of his career. As you guys are already aware, Mason Greenwood's story at Manchester United has become quite the controversy because of accusations the players has faced and the charges that were made against him. And though the charges have been dropped for a while, he's still waiting when it comes to the final decision of the club, since he has to wait for the final verdict of the internal investigation that the club is conducting. In the last couple of months, lots of rumors have surfaced online suggesting a variety of different things, from Greenwood leaving Man United to his grand return, and we have tried to cover all of them for you guys here on the channel. The pieces of news are so contradictory, since I believe that even people in charge at the club don't really have a clue on what to do, and any decision can go both ways. For instance, a while back we reported for you guys that many members and staff in the men and women's team are torn and they really don't have a firm standing when it comes to Mason Greenwood's situation. Now, it is understandable that business-wise it is a risk to announce Greenwood's return because it's going to be a PR nightmare. On the other hand, a lot of fans want Mason Greenwood back in Man United, since technically he has done nothing wrong and all the evidence also show that. On top of that, Greenwood is considered an exceptional player that many believe can add a lot to Man United's squad next season with Erik ten Hag. Greenwood is so gifted that reportedly has had offers from Italian clubs such as AC Milan and Juventus who are monitoring his situation closely. Man United has not yet made a firm decision on whether Greenwood is going to be sold or not, but they will have to sooner rather than later, because the player is being paid £75,000 per week and his contract is not going to come to an end anytime soon. By the way, speaking of Man United's exit list, check out this video where we have covered for you guys potential players who are going to leave us this summer and are part of Man United's departure list. It is going to be a crazy summer, I'm telling you guys. You don't want to miss the latest Man United news. Make sure to subscribe to our channel Always United, where we cover everything for you. Also hit that like button if you think Mason Greenwood deserves to continue his career at Man United. Let's see how many of you guys think that way. It's really one of the hardest decisions that has to be made, and the most recent news are suggesting that Man United fans who are in favor of Mason Greenwood's return to Manchester United can be more optimistic than ever, because it is very likely that Greenwood gets a second chance at Manchester United. Now, a lot of people consider Erik ten Hag's new interview where he praised Mason Greenwood a good sign for the player's return. Though ten Hag clearly mentions in the interview that the decision-making process is by no means up to him, he has stated that Mason Greenwood has scored many goals for Man United, and Man United fans should be thankful for what the player has done. It is interesting that ten Hag has praised the player publicly for the first time in a long time, and clearly he was allowed to talk about Mason Greenwood, which could suggest that Man United officials wanted to see the reaction of people outside of the club to ten Hag's comments about the player. That's what a lot of people at least believe, and I also find it particularly interesting that ten Hag was allowed by the club to say good things about Mason Greenwood and his condition. Now that we know ten Hag has publicly supported the player's talents, it can definitely help Greenwood to have a chance in ten Hag's squad. It is not the first time though that we have found out that ten Hag has supported Mason Greenwood. The moment Greenwood was cleared of all charges, ten Hag reached out to the player and expressed his relief reportedly. Sources close to Greenwood expressed that Greenwood really appreciated ten Hag's gesture and the player admires him a lot. The gesture has left a lasting impression on the player, and I bet you guys every single person would love to train with Erik ten Hag, since he has been able to help players such as Rashford make significant improvements to their play style, and it can be pretty telling that Mason Greenwood would love to do the same thing, because ten Hag might be one of the only coaches in the world to be able to help Mason Greenwood make a grand return and continue his career at Manchester United where it left off. On top of the things we have talked about, recent reports are also suggesting that Mason Greenwood's physical circumstances are pretty satisfactory and the club is aware of his mental and physical conditions. In other words, if a decision for his return is made, the player can get back on track as quickly as it gets. In addition, as of late, reports are suggesting that if a decision for his return is made, Mason Greenwood and his partner will be asked to explain their sides of the story in a TV interview. Clearly, Manchester United officials are considering giving Mason Greenwood a chance to redeem himself in the public conception and eyes, and should it happen, it will be smart decision making on Man United's side. Also, a lot of people believe that the more time passes, the more people will forget the controversy around Greenwood, which might be a contributing factor for the player's return, but we'll have to wait and see. I should mention that these are all rumors and speculations by reliable sources, so you could well take them with a grain of salt, but we will update you guys when new information surfaces online. Regardless, share your thoughts with us about Greenwood's situation. Do you think he should play for Man United again, or do you believe the player should embark on a new journey somewhere else? Share your thoughts with us in the comment section. Thank you so much for sticking with me, guys, until the end of this video. If you want to be aware of more Man United news, check out one of the following videos. But until next time, it's been a pleasure serving you guys.